SeeDance is absolutely insane. I mean, it is ridiculously powerful. It can easily replace characters in videos, reference camera movements to generate cool fighting action, create high-quality promotional videos for your products, and even if you just have a storyboard script, it can present it perfectly. The success of SeeDance is definitely not accidental. First, look at the competition. Sora 2, besides generating high-quality video, perfectly presents physical laws, but it is way too expensive. Kling's performance is also very good, but it acts like a rebellious teenager. It just doesn't listen to instructions. ByteDance's newly released SeeDance 2.0, however, takes a completely different approach. It's not just trying to be a generator, it wants to be a director. It is currently the only model on the market that supports 12 file inputs. This means, finally, you don't have to write prompts, as if you were writing code. However, many of you might feel completely lost when facing it. Even though SeeDance has a very good ecosystem and provides extensive documentation with plenty of examples, you might still end up generating a pile of high-definition garbage. So, where is the problem? The issue is that SeeDance is a purely reference-based generation model. Whether it is video, audio, or images, if you don't provide reference elements, this model can't do anything. Some of you might not agree with me on this. Let's look at a practical example. This is an official demo, and I think it's fantastic. It shows a scene from a horror movie. But to generate this video, it required 4 images as references. Do you think creating those 4 images was easy? Absolutely not. First, the overall environment and lighting must be consistent. Since it is a first-person perspective, the flashlight used as a reference must be absolutely identical across shots. On top of that, you need a reference video for the camera movement. That's why I say SeeDance is for those who are prepared. How do you solve this problem? The key lies in having a habit of daily accumulation. There are 2 strategies for this. The first is choosing the right cloud platform. Those who watch my videos know I usually focus on open source AI models because they offer so many possibilities. I frequently use a cloud platform called Running Hub. I've built a massive amount of UI workflows there. Whenever a new model appears, Running Hub is very responsive and updates immediately. During my testing process, I save a huge number of generated images. Also, Running Hub hosts various events to encourage creation, like the recent New Year campaign, which has rich cash prizes waiting for you. You can find the entrance on their homepage. The second strategy is your own daily collection. When you see good videos or images on other platforms, do you save them? With these assets, SeeDance can truly transform into a creative superweapon. To help everyone use this model better, I have prepared several very representative examples to test the model comprehensively. You can access the SeeDance 2.0 creation platform through the link. Let's click Generate. Switch the mode to Video Generation. Select SeeDance 2.0, and for the reference mode, choose All Around Reference. Input your prompt here. Upload your reference content here, and you can generate the corresponding video. I want to emphasize a slight change here. When SeeDance first came out, you had to upload reference images. Without reference content, it couldn't generate anything. But now, you can treat it like a standard text-to-video model. We can just input a prompt, and it generates a high-quality video. Let's take a listen and look at this 15-second clip. You can also adjust the aspect ratio and duration here. Pick whatever ratio you like and set the seconds. For our first test, we are checking SeeDance's simulation of the real world. The prompt is a beauty riding a horse galloping into a swamp. The focus here is to see if the sound of the horse's hooves changes in different environments. I also provided a high-quality image as the first frame. Let's look at the result. The video shows the horse on land, grass, and in the swamp. Listen carefully. The sound of the hooves is distinctly different in each terrain. The second example is a creative Coca-Cola ad, which is also an official demo. We need to pay attention to the prompt details here. The character in the painting has a guilty expression, looks left and right, leans out of the frame, quickly reaches out to grab a Coke, takes a sip, and shows a satisfied face. Then footsteps are heard. The character quickly puts the Coke back. At this moment, a cowboy takes the Coke and leaves. Finally, the camera pushes in, the screen fades to black, leaving only a spotlight on the Coke can, and artistic subtitles and voiceover appear at the bottom. Let's look at the result. One sip, impossible to resist. Did you notice every single detail in the prompt was perfectly presented? The third example is a fight scene between two women. Why use this example? We see cool fight videos or AI-modified classic movie scenes on many platforms. Don't simply assume these fighting moves are described by detailed prompts. Generally, besides providing character reference images, we also provide a fight reference video. The text prompt is usually written very simply. The final action and fighting effects actually come from that reference video. The fourth test is very special. If the others were reference generation, this one demonstrates video editing. First, we have a high-quality source video. At the same time, we provide a reference image of a beautiful woman. We ask the model to replace the character in the video with the woman in the reference image. Look at this. The effect is astonishing. When using SeeDance, you must pay attention to a special syntax, the @ symbol. What is it used for? By using this syntax, you can specify exactly which uploaded material the prompt refers to. The next example is even more interesting here. I provided an image that is actually a storyboard script. It's divided into 8 shots. Each shot has a detailed description of the shot type, camera movement, visual composition, and the corresponding copy or subtitles. My prompt is, reference the storyboard in image 1, including its shot type, camera movement, visuals, and copy, to create a healing intro about the season of love. Let's look at the final result.
猝不及防，一场大雨把我们困在小小的角落，伞的一侧藏着心跳和不想放晴的私心。
The examples above were to teach you how to use this tool effectively. Now let's look at a guide to avoiding pitfalls. Traps you need to be careful about when using this model. The first pitfall, using a character from an image as a reference, is different from using that image as a first frame. It sounds confusing, right? Let's look at an example. We provide an image of a beauty in a long black dress as a reference. Our prompt is, generate a smooth scene of a woman in black fighting several assassins. Did you notice? The generated video isn't full screen. This is the problem with using it as a first frame. It often constrains the resolution. However, if you use the image purely as a character reference, this won't happen because it's not using the image as the start of the video, but rather referencing the character's style. The final issue to watch out for. Although SeeDance allows uploading up to 12 files as references, I suggest you don't give it too many. For instance, in this next example, we provided 4 images showing a beauty playing the piano. I wanted to use these 4 images to generate a one-take continuous video with no scene cuts. But look at the result. The transition to the last image still resulted in a scene cut, whereas the first 3 were continuous. Giving too many inputs creates invisible pressure on the model. Regardless, SeeDance is truly the only model right now that can challenge Sora 2. It provides all sorts of functions and ways to play. I highly recommend you check out the documentation and give it a detailed try. That's all for today. Follow me to become an expert in AI.